What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point. Back with another one. We up early, 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 and I definitely got to talk about this uh, as the Clippers come through and manhandle the the Pelicans. Now, it didn't look like that in the beginning. They were kind of neck and neck, especially in the first half. But that was until Kawhi Leonard came out of nowhere with the dagger, clutch, and like I said, everybody has been cooking Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers the last couple of days or whatever. But I've been paying attention to him real closely, particularly that game. I wanted to see how Kawhi as well as the others responded, and man, look, when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, I never I never doubted this man as as a player. Okay, I've always said that when Kawhi Leonard is healthy, uh, he's seen as the top player in the league. At one point, people could say what they want to. A lot of people were they had Kawhi Leonard at the top of the list. Okay, and people had their reasons. I know my reasoning for it was because Kawhi Leonard, he was able to control the game not only defensively but as well as on the offensive end. And see when he was doing when like because last night he had 34 with the last second shot. The game was tied 124. Uh, and then he just hit a dagger. What's up with it, Mr. C? I see you in the Leonard in the building. You said Kawhi Leonard was a great player when healthy. If he never had knee issues, he would have won a ring in 2022. Mr. C, you had I remember you having a wrench too. What going on? Hold on. I gave you wrench. I don't know why. YouTube acting funny, man. They taking away people's wrenches, all that stuff, man. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you're right about that. Um yeah, when healthy is my only thing was, and I think the brother Ticket, shout out to him. Our only thing was with Kawhi was him leading vocally. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is what it is, man. You never will be able to expect Kawhi Leonard to lead from a vocal standpoint. Y'all hit the like button when you come in here. Hit that like button. I'm up early for y'all. Come on now. Ain't even had breakfast yet. I'm sitting here with some coffee, y'all. Come on now. Hit the like for your boy. Hit that like button. But the thing about Kawhi that we gotta understand that you can't deny his greatness. And but the question is can he lead this team out of the slump that they were kind of in? Now they're 3-2 now. James Harden actually had a good game. He had 24 and 14. For the Pelicans, they needed to get a win, man. I'm gonna talk about the Pelicans in just a second, man, but they're 0-5 right now at this standpoint. And just like the same question that a couple of the brothers in the LWC was questioning about Kawhi. we gotta ask ourselves a question about Zion Williamson, okay? Because um, they're 0-5 right now. Zion Williamson, he came with a renewed mind. I mean, he had 29 last night, but it's more than just putting up points on the board. If we're gonna sit here, we're gonna give Kawhi the smoke. If we're gonna give other players the smoke for not being the leader and not doing what they do, we gotta point it in other directions to some of these other superstars in the league. You know, um, but I'm giving Kawhi his credit. Uh, if you if you don't play up to the level or you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're gonna get the smoke. But if if you do something that I felt worthy of praising, and giving you your just due, then of course I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna let it be known. But Kawhi has all the tools necessary now. Look, they're a little bit older. Uh, some people will say, yeah, they were supposed to beat the Pelicans and everything. They was in a dog fight with a team that they weren't really supposed to be in a dog fight with. A lot of people they gonna say, why they been getting blown out by different teams and stuff. We'll see how everything goes as the season progresses, and I want to see that. Like I said, I root for the underdogs, man. I like to see teams how they respond to adversity. Like last night, for instance, we lost a tough game. I'm talking about the Sixers. We lost a tough game, okay? A really tough game to Boston, only by 1 point. You know, I have my feelings about the game, and you know, it's sometimes, man, your personal feelings they tend to outweigh looking at the situation from a overall standpoint. Like I was hard on Joel Embiid, because I felt like him coming into the game, he kind of disrupted the chemistry, you know. And to me, when you got something good going, you keep those guys together. You keep that chemistry together. You keep that cohesiveness. Now, that's an example. With this situation right here with the Clippers, age is not an excuse. Okay, I understand that I don't know if they're the oldest team, but they're one of the oldest teams in the league. They're one of the oldest teams in the league. Um, I'm not gonna go down the list, but if you go down the roster, you'll understand what I'm saying. But I can't give that an excuse, because if you go back and you go look in time, some of these teams that won championships, they had age up under their belt. Okay, the classic team, the team that I look at going going back, not way back, but going back in the time. Um, Going back, I look at a team like the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, I look at a team like the Dallas Mavericks, man. Um, when they beat the Heat, and that team right there, they had guys that were they were past their prime, so to speak. I mean, you had guys that were older, uh, experienced, and everything, but they were still able to get it done. People were expecting the Heat to beat them. And guess what they did? They were able to do the unthinkable, so to speak. Um, Look, this situation right here with the Clippers, I think that if they get battle to if Kawhi Leonard can stay healthy enough to play 60 games at least, which I got to give him his credit. He's been playing lately. Now a lot of people are saying, okay, well, why is he playing now? Why all of a sudden, with the whole under the table BS that went on and stuff like that, which to me, uh, that was kind of a smoke and mirror situation. We got to see how everything unfolds, just like with the gambling situation. We got to see how that unfolds. We got to see what's going to come about from that. Hold on one second, y'all. My bad about that, y'all. Now, um, I don't like to sit up here. I don't like to sit up here, man, and just automatically say that this person is guilty or that person guilty. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know nothing yet. For all this could be just something for the media just to try to distract those guys. But the best thing that Kawhi can do right now is respond. And his response yesterday, that was a good thing. Him coming through in the clutch, him hitting, a dagger, a straight dagger in the heart. Because a lot of people they don't really. I paid attention to Kawhi. I guess that's why. I guess that's why. At times I'm at liberty to be hard on Kawhi. Because like I said, at one point, this guy you're talking about a guy that was that was Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Um, I think Kawhi Leonard should have won. He should have won, in my opinion. He should at least have won regular regular season MVP. But that's neither here nor there. But he's got 2 Finals MVPs, and that'll be on your record. To me, a lot of people don't. My feelings about MVPs, like, it's a little bit different. It's kind of like with all this top 25, top 10 stuff that people be putting it. They'd be like, yeah, I got this guy top 15, top 50, all that other stuff. Y'all do what you do, but I don't do it like that. I feel like you should have a roster. You should have your all-time coach or coaches if you want to go there as far as assistants. But I mean, I'm not going to delve in that deep into it. But you should have an assistant. You should have you should have a 12 to 15 man roster. Your backup center, your backup shooting, your backup point, your backup small forward, uh, and your backup power forward. You know, um, and you know, of course, a couple of reserves too. And that's how I feel like you should put together your all-time list. Because you saying top 25 or top no, okay, yeah, you could have your favorite player, but you saying that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, if you compare Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, to me, that's not really a fair comparison. You could compare like their personalities, or you could compare their accomplishments and stuff, but we're talking about, okay, how they played the game, uh, not necessarily their approach, but their position. So if you compare Clyde Drexler to Michael Jordan, that makes more sense. That's why I never really get into, oh yeah, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Now, clearly, a lot of people, from a standpoint of the approach, the mentality, things of that nature, people are gonna put uh, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant above a guy like LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Of course, quite naturally. But I've always done it by, position. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I'm not gonna do some silly shit talking about, oh yeah, comparing, Bill Russell to Michael Jordan or some shit like that. Like, to me, that's not that don't make no sense, and that comes from just playing the game too, man. That just comes from playing the game, though. But Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi Leonard, he came. He definitely, he definitely, he definitely been listening. He probably been listening to people get on him and stuff, and we could sit up here and act like these guys don't listen to us and don't pay attention to what the internet is saying about them or what social media is saying about them, but you know they listen. Now the guy that really needs to listen is Zion Williamson. Now, I had high hopes for Zion. We got to talk about the whole Pelicans team. Now, Zion did have 29. You know what I'm saying? He had 29 points. But the flip side to that is that the Pelicans, they're 0-5 right now, man. They haven't won a game. They haven't even won a game. Um, we can't we can't blame all this on Zion. Okay. Um, I'm looking in the direction kind of as much as I like him as a coach, I got to look at Willie Green, man. Uh, I think they might have they may have some personnel out, but it's like the Pelicans were supposed to be turning the corner with all those moves that they made late last season and everything, and then of course Zion getting back into the swing of things, into the groove. He's back, lost some weight, all that stuff. I was looking for the Pelicans to be one of the better teams. I mean, he came in this season. I mean, this dude was coming through. You know what I'm saying? He dunked on Wembyama just like it's like everybody wants to try to dunk on Wembyama for some reason. But like, like, man, Zion, is he a leader? You know what I'm saying? Is he truly a leader? What's up, Alex? I see you in the building. Give your boy a like. Please share the video, man. Please share the video. Not They're not sending anything out. But salute to Alex, man. I'm up in here talking about Kawhi Leonard. What's your thoughts on Kawhi, Alex? But um, Zion, man, I'm I'm looking for this dude to turn the corner. I'm looking for this dude to actually make it happen, man. You know, I'm looking for this guy to um to lead everybody. I mean, he gets amped, he gets hyped and stuff like that, and he yells after a dunk and everything like that. But it's kind of like that to me that's not leadership though. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, that's you motivate a few people and everything. But we're looking for Zion now to start checking some people and holding people accountable, that sort of thing. That's the type of leadership I guess I'm used to seeing from or accustomed to seeing from your star play from your superstar. And I want to see that type of leadership. You know what I'm saying? They know that they 0-5. They know that they haven't won a game. They know that they haven't won anywhere. That's what that's what I want to see. From Zion. You know, uh, so we'll see what takes place with that situation. Now, with the Lakers, man, um, they was able to win last night. Uh, they're 4-2 now without the assistance of LeBron and Luca. Luca had 44 last night. I think Austin Reeves had 20, 21, 21. Now, um, Aiden, of course, only played 17 minutes. Situation that happened with Aiden. Uh, but the Lakers were able to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, this situation right here, I'm looking. It's intriguing because they haven't really talked about LeBron like that. They haven't like the the media and everybody that's talk about the Lakers. It's like LeBron is the afterthought. He's an afterthought. I mean, what? He's getting reevaluated in a couple weeks. So they're 4-2 now, which a lot of people didn't expect. If they win a few more games, and let's say they go on a little run here and they start truly climbing in the West as one of the teams that you gotta you gotta watch out for. This squad right here, man, is a lot of people are saying that they're dangerous. Now, Luca, to me, Luca needs to. I think he needs to be a little less, take a little bit less shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yes, he's gonna do what he does, but Austin Reeves, you know what I'm saying? You got Austin Reeves that can score, man. You know what I'm saying? He had 21. I'm not saying that okay, both of y'all got to be putting up, 30. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, okay, you got a guy now that could get you buckets too. You know what I'm saying? But Luca, as great as he is, and he did get guys involved. Like there was a pass he threw to Aiden that I seen that was it was phenomenal, man. You know what I'm saying? The alley oop. But Aiden, I'm sorry about that. Luca, he still got tunnel vision when he plays. And when he playing in the playoffs and stuff like that, that's gonna play a big factor, man. You're gonna have to get those other guys involved if y'all want to be, the championship squad that you talking about being. Yeah, you can't keep doing this stuff, man, where you putting up 50, 60, and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, you winning the game. You know what I'm saying? That's great. But what about them times when you putting up them type of points and then you losing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at. So, are the Lakers are the Lakers a team that you truly gonna fear? Me myself personally, I'm not ready to put them up there just yet. I don't see them beating. Now we got to talk about San Antonio. I don't want to hear this stuff about San Antonio hasn't played nobody. Let's see them against the best horses. Uh, when when they play OKC. Well, no, I don't know what happened. Sorry about that, y'all. My live it cut off on me, man. Why YouTube doing this to me, man? Anyway, I don't know what happened, but uh, I don't see the Lakers beating none of the top teams, man. I don't see them beating none of the top teams, man. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here, man. Probably go live a little bit later, y'all. I know it's a little early, man, but we'll definitely get to it a little bit later, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit them notifications too. Straight to the point. I'm out, y'all.